You're such an asshole.
Hey, remember that time Cappy got sick and his female fan base all sent get well emails? Those were good times. Sick Cappy! Hanging out the third video before he hops on the road. Oh, it's one of those things. Go to San Diego, I'm just gonna sit there and take in some sun. It's gonna lie and do nothing. Ugh. Who writes? Who writes? He wants to be kept anonymous. Hello, Mr. Clary. For my next question, please keep the names of the agencies anonymous. Recently, I applied through my university and got responses from one government agency and another government agency in the D.C. area. These are both federal agencies. If I'm interested in interning with them, my obvious response to one of them was hell yes. It would take about a year to go through their background check, and I would intern next summer. Barring that I really screw up, I would work full-time after I graduated in December 2020 with a double major in accounting and information systems. Okay, there you go. I'd see if you could even get some certifications in cybersecurity. That would help out. The commitment they're asking of me is 4 years in the DC area. If I decide to stay longer, they will send me on overseas assignments. Since this would require me to move to DC after university, I want to explore the area. Over Christmas, I went and visited for a week. Smart man. I really love the area and what it offered. I was planning on interning at the other place this summer, so I can really get a feel for Washington, D.C. and basically get paid to do my reconnaissance. Get hit at summer and hit at summer and winter. I never saw your book giving any mention on this area, so that it is why I'm asking you if there is any particular nuances I should approach when I'm exploring the DC area. For your information, no, I do not care that the particular area is liberal or not, so I do not need forewarning in that department. Also, the starting pay, if I do end up working full-time for the one entity or the other, is $63,000 a year, which is on par for Big Four starting salaries in the Los Angeles, which is where I currently live, area. So my standard of living starting out in either city would be about the same. Also, thank you for advocating for everyone to stay in shape, because when one of them made me perform a fitness test, 70% of my fellow students failed because they couldn't run 1.5 miles in under 10 minutes. Oh, even sick Capmeister could do that. I would like if you response, name your price and I'll send you money promptly. And we'll keep you anonymous. Yeah, the reason Washington, D.C. is not in there is that it's not a place to live long term. I mean, now if you're working in the federal government, okay, you got to work there. But long term, I wouldn't want the taxes. I don't want the traffic. And I don't want the liberals. I don't want socialists. Now, that being said, D.C., when I've been there, what few times I've been there, seems to be a real fun area for young people. And a lot of young people go there because everyone was going to, that's where they're all going to become Vice Assistant Reserve Grand Poobah Diversity Director for some nonprofit or government think tank. That's where they're all going to go because it's their dream, it's their passion. And all you boys who majored in political science, that's where you'll all go and become senator. But it is a fun area. It's not that cold. It's not like you're in Maine or Michigan or Montana. It's a great place to get some experience. There's a lot of stuff to do there. I remember meeting, probably one of my most successful meetups was there, and it was quite impromptu. And we had like 16 guys show up. I'm like, holy cow, look at the social net. And they all knew each other. I'm like, holy crap, you know, this is... And they were younger than me, but I was kind of envious because they're like, well, and they're smart. And I'm like, wow, these are smart, intelligent guys, and they all know each other. They're out of college. They have somewhat of a good social network. So I'm all for, yeah, and especially working for some of these entities. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, I think you should go to Washington, D.C. But for longer term, inevitably you're, you know... We do. I have a fair amount of friends, clients, associates who live in the D.C. area, and it's a lot like, you know, L.A. or Silicon Valley. Yeah, you got to pay me gobs of money to live here for the expenses and for the taxes. And their goal is like, yeah, I'm getting the hell out. Once I get my pension, I'm gone. You know, they understand it's a job. It's still a good paying job. But they don't have any love for the area, and they will inevitably, quote, retire early. You know, Florida, that's the weird thing. Everybody east of the Mississippi, you all think it's Florida or Tennessee or the Carolinas. You never, it's like the other half of the country doesn't exist, apparently. So, yes, and I like your strategy. Your strategy is almost risk-free. You're going there on interning. You've already checked it out. I think it's a brilliant idea. I'd like a video response to that. I wondering what the specific question was. Yeah, I would totally do it, man. Absolutely. You almost have to. If you've gotten internship offers from these entities, and one is 1 year and the other comes down the road, absolutely. I would do it, dude. Because, and then, look, if you're over in California, you get to see a whole other part of the country, and then you get to check out, you know, and you look at the Gettysburg battlefield. Oh, my God. These friends who I love to death dearly, like, oh, let's go to Gettysburg and hang out. I'm like, oh, this will be interesting. And, this stone represents that, and that tower represents this. And I'm like, it's a field. Yeah, but a battle happened here. I'm like, it's a field. Most of the world has had battles happen in it. This is just a field. It's one of those things where people were like, oh, you'd love the Civil War place. I'm like, no, I wouldn't. No, I would not. Let me guess. Is it a field? Yeah, but you'd like the history. Well, if I like the history, I can read the book. Now, can I? I don't even have to read the book. I could just download a ton of podcasts about the Battle of Antietam if I wanted to, right? I don't actually have to go to Antietam to look at, what was it again, ladies and gentlemen? A field. Oh, all right, that's it. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. See you guys later, toodles.